seen one rising here. Ed's going to plonk it out. Yep, well done. Whoa! Good. Couple of cars, get one in the right slot, up he came. Fantastic. Yeah. There's Adrian, our super guide down there, walked up the river first, spotted that one rising, and sure enough, it did the business.
When fly fishing, you will always benefit from paying attention to the insect life in and around the water to give you an indication as to which fly to use. And seeing a few big grasshoppers getting around, I tied on an imitation of one, and the results were immediate.
You could just tell when that hook up, Ed, there was a bit more weight in that. Yeah. Yeah. He's a good... He's about 2 pound. Could even be 3, I think. This is what we're sort of expecting all day, these sort of fish to smash a stimulator, but it's just been hard going. And been picking up a few smaller fish, and then this one's come out and, yeah, makes it really worthwhile. Oh, we're down. Now that is why you come to a river like this. That's brilliant on this, geez. Yeah, that'd be 3. Could it be 3.5 pound? Excellent.
Beautiful fish, look at that.
Skips your rod.
When it was all said and done, there wasn't much left to do except getting a couple of great photos, followed by a slightly unorthodox release, leaving the fly buried firmly in my finger.
Leave that in for a sec, we'll get that out. So that went pretty well, I'd say.
Great, absolutely wrapped. That's, yeah, I mean, it's been hard work today, hasn't it? I mean, there's been a few fish, a lot of water between them that we've picked up, but to pick up a fish like that in that tight little water on the side, I mean, there wouldn't have been much water over the top of his back while he was sitting there.
That's what it was, but I think it's probably persistence. At times you go, oh, this is hard, let's turn around, go back, find somewhere else. Yeah. But if you persist, you never know what can be around the next bend.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that's what the beauty is with a lot of these smaller rivers. You never know what's going to come up, and that's a trophy fish in water like this, and yeah, done very well.
Yeah. Good. I couldn't be happier.
No.
The walk back to the car at the end of a day's fishing is never an easy one, but the knowledge that there's a cold beer and a deep pool makes the journey a lot easier.
So what we've got here is a little practice rod. It's a yarn, instead of a fly line, it's a yarn, which is quite heavy on a short little rod. It's ideal for practicing. You can even do it inside. You can fix up a lot of your casting mistakes as well. So it's a good way to learn how to fly cast because it shows up everything that you're doing wrong or doing right. So you can spend a little bit of time practicing and when you're not even out on the water. Now fly casting is quite easy. You just got to follow a few simple rules and you've got to practice. Now the first one is what we don't want to do, a forward and a back cast are two separate casts and you don't want to continually wave your arm around. You've got to have a pause at each one. You've got to go forward, pause, back and pause. Now if you do that, you're halfway there already. The other one too is we don't want to flick our wrist too much. We want to keep that quite stiff. We want to load the rod up so that it absorbs all the line and goes back. And the rod and the line will do the work for you. If you move your wrist too far, you're going to get much bigger loops and you're not going to put all that force into the line. So I'll show you what a bad cast is. If we don't have a pause, you get very big loops like that. And all that force goes up, not where you want it to go, which is straight out. So if we just stop that with a pause and it allows out the line to straighten out and all that force is going to go forwards. So we go back, wait, forward, and you get much tighter loops just by having that pause. And again, we're not doing the big wrist area. We've got that quite stiff. And that's going to get a nice tight loop, which is going to throw your line a lot further, a lot faster to where the fish are. So stick to those little rules and that's going to make a huge difference. Well, I hope you enjoyed the show. Look forward to seeing you next week when we go to Hawke's Bay in the North Island of New Zealand and show you what you can achieve in a single day. Great fishing and I look forward to seeing you then.